same container underneath the carburetor while it drains. So this one was a slow drainer, as you can tell. But another way to do this is just by removing that bottom screw or the drain screw, like I did, like this one has. But I don't know, I've just found it's a little messier that way, and sometimes it can not get all of it out is the way I want it to, so I go through the vent hole on the top of the carb myself. And that way we can flip the carb upside down, pull the bowl, and we're not worried about pulling the gasket and draining gas everywhere and everything else. We're gonna start pulling the main jet out here. There's two pieces inside this piece, and this one just happened to fall out. These jets did. Usually this does not happen, but these jets just fell out. If your jets don't fall out, you can go right through the Ventura or the middle big hole in the carburetor where the choke and the throttle and everything you can see, you know, and you'll see that little brass nozzle. That's called the pilot nozzle, or I call it the main nozzle. But that thing that I'm holding, that's a main jet that I'm holding in my hand right there. But we're just going light through the jet, just making sure they're nice and clear. But this main nozzle here that I got here in my hand, if you can't get that out of your carb, just go through the main throat of the carb, pry with a screwdriver, and it will come down. Just go from top to bottom. I will demonstrate on another video, just this one didn't need it, but where I just pointed at that main nozzle, I have seen literally hundreds, if not thousands, plugged up right there. And you have to disassemble the carb completely to get there, and that's where they plug up on snowblowers. They don't plug up on any other machines but snowblowers, it seems like. So we're gonna go back to reassembly here. I'm gonna put the float back in. Make sure your needle's in there. I usually pressure test these as well, but if it looks all right, I mean, I'm not gonna pressure test this one, but if you're leaking fuel, hey, let's do this whole comment thing. Leave a comment below and we'll go through pressure testing a needle seat one day. But we're just gonna, these are brass jets we're putting back in, so it's gonna be nice and easy putting them back in. Make sure your O-ring's good and seated there, it's not oblong. You can see the indent in the bowl on this one, that little tab on the left hand side there. This one has a special spot it has to be in. Not all bowls are like that, but these don't have to be super tight, just nice and snug. We're not doing wheel lug nuts or nothing here. So this is something most people miss that I've found over the years, and this is if you're surging up and down or your machine's going wow, this is probably why right here. That little red jet isn't always red, a lot of times it's black, and we're gonna pry that thing out, and it's a super small jet. And you're gonna see I'm gonna get a little chunk of wire that I've used for years, and I take one strand of that wire, you can see there, and I just go right through the middle of it. And these things plug up more than I can even admit or like to admit. So